Coach Allen Dunn, Jason Patterson with you. And Coach, you reflect upon that first game that we just witnessed, and Wofford did what they had to do in a reversal of roles from a year ago. They were the team able to get out front and make it happen, clinging to the one-run victory down the stretch, but it was just what the Terriers had to have in order to make this game a reality.
Which was a key to the game, I think, of obviously how they started the game off, because that took some of the jitters out of their game, and they got locked in, and we saw a really good baseball game. I mean, it was clean, and both teams competed till the end, and that's what you're asking for, and now it truly is playing for the ring.
To really set the tone, but we saw Samford battle back in the middle frames.
Which is the Samford MO. There's never a die in their offense. And when you have two teams that are swinging the bat the way Wofford and Samford have been swinging it all season, not just this tournament, but all season, they're going to give themselves a chance to play in this part of the season. And I think we saw that in this ball game.
How big was this swing? This third game determines who advances to the NCAA tournament.
Which is something you do all season. You know, those 3-game series. And you look up, and now it comes down to that one game. And the old saying, either win or go home, it's true. It's not just a cliche. It is actually a thing today. And one of these teams is going to be looking at Monday's selection show, and they're going to be very excited.
Barry, an experienced guy on the hill.
Noah Berry, you look at his appearance. He does have 10 appearances on this season with 5 starts. So we're not asking a guy that has not been thrown into this environment before. And, again, you look at the number of innings that he has pitched. Not a lot of length in innings, but today that's really not the critical thing, because it's all hands on deck. It's the old saying, Johnny Holstaff, who are we going to use to get 27 outs? He's almost like the opener. Get us off to a good start. We'll manage the game, and here we go to play baseball. A guy that needs to establish the strike zone to get in a rhythm. And that's a great start right there.
Exactly what you said on cue.
It's been a while since he has had a start, I'm assuming. And so just getting in the flow of thinking that I'm a starting pitcher. But again, I think that the thing that we look at with him is just get outs, and they will dictate how long you stay in the game.
The defense you saw flash up there, the defensive alignment for Samford.
It's such a relentless offense that I have been so impressed with their ability to not miss pitches. As you see that last pitch there, elevated, he stayed inside the ball and he drove it to the wall. But it's the approach that Dave Wofford brings to the table every at bat.
Freshman of the year following up with that approach, and he will drill this off the wall around 420. It rattles around in that triangle. The Wofford lead is 2-0. Double after double after double in the opening inning for Wofford. You wondered if there would be any carryover from the way Samford grabbed the momentum at the end of that game. Wofford utilizing the first AB to turn that aside.
Which has been their approach, not just in this tournament. And again, we see that pitch elevated. The strength that this freshman has, that ball's 420 feet away, and he drove that ball to the gap out
almost
there.
Anywhere in the country, he is trotting around the bases.
Yes. But they're just so strong offensively, and they know who they are, and you're going to have to work to get outs.
Because they were both full song toward that baseball, and it may take a moment, Coach. Scary moment.
Always. But that's two guys that have one thing on their mind, is not letting that ball fall. And let's just hope that they're okay. Look at it again. And let's call it like it is, too. What a great play.
Yes,
and now that's 3 runs on the board quick, and now it prevents that run from scoring. Now you have 2 outs and a runner on third, but 1 pitch away from getting out of this thing with 2, which would be a very critical part of the game.
No doubt about it. Boy, big time tip of the cap to Rodriguez, who is able to.
This young man is seeing the bait. Look at that approach. So balanced, extension, and he knew it was out as soon as he hit it. And that's just a great at-bat.
Another base hit.
Just such a strong offensive mindset. And again, we're not just talking about the tournament. This is something that has been not only this season, but seasons in the past. You don't win 40 games the number of years that they have without having a tremendous offense.
Tournament now.
And has been a guy that you look at his numbers there, 28 appearances on the season. The guy they've been going to all season because they have trust in him. And this is one of those situations now that you have to stop the bleeding right now. And first inning, long way to go. We've talked about that. We saw how last game ended up, but you've got to get something to stop the momentum that Wofford's on right now. And we talked about it early in the telecast that this is a Johnny Holstaff day. There's not going to be a lot of length of guys. You have to get guys in and out and change a look and whatever it takes to somehow get 27 outs. And I know he would love to see Evan go give him some length here, but it's all hands on deck and whatever you can do to minimize the damage. I would assume that he did not change his speech probably from the very first of the beginning of the first game. Guys, let's play loose. Let's play relaxed. Let's play with confidence. Let's play with energy. Let's continue our two-out hitting when we get those opportunities. Don't leave runs on the board. And let's compete till the end. And really, at this point, it's play baseball.
Not much needs to be said.
These guys know what's at stake, and you don't have to bring it up to them. It's just play our game and play hard. I know that sounds easier than it is to do, but you just want to play in your element.
Both these teams have done it well. Brewing right here.
This is what has, again, impressed me with the Wofford lineup. Every at-bat is a grind. There's just no free pitches. They work the count. They foul off good pitches, and that's a sign of a good offensive lineup.
And the deeper you go into a day like this, the more of a toll it takes on you in the other dugout.
And the more pitches you see in an at-bat, the pitcher's going to make a mistake somewhere in that at-bat. If you can take him deeper 6, 7, 8 times in an at-bat, it's just too hard for him to make consistent pitches. But that's a great job there of executing that put away and to get out of the inning with 4 on the board.
Steckmesser makes one here. He is out of the pen for Sanford here in the first inning. That's because Wofford used 3 straight doubles and later a home run to build a 4-0 lead. The youngster going to be handed the baseball with the season on the line.
15 appearances, 8 starts on the season. Another good thing to have a guy that's been in that environment. They've asked him to do it all season, pitching in a tough conference, and now you're in the conference tournament. He's had success in this tournament already. He did throw 90 pitches 2 days ago. So are you looking at length? I'm thinking probably you're going to watch that carefully, but you're going to use your eyes.
Pretty good evasive action by Staten there to avoid the tag.
We talk about it all the time. The leadoff hitter, you don't get him out. So many things can start the merry-go-round going, and Sanford gets their man on. They got Hal, who's one of their best hitters in the lineup, in the 2-hole. And he's had just a phenomenal season in this particular spot of the lineup. And Sanford, their offense is on par with Wofford. We look, it's the top 2 offenses in the Southern Conference.
Yes.
So, long way, Jason, from this game being
There is a lot of baseball left today, that is for sure.
The thing that Sanford is going to have to fight against is you're down 4. But it's real easy to think I've got to get all 4 runs back in one swing, which they have the capabilities of doing that. but you have to be relentless in your approach and stay within your abilities and not try to do too much early in this game because it is a long way to go.
Lucas Steele, a guy who can change it with one swing, is at the plate right now. The first out is recorded.
If you're looking at an offense right now with first and third, you have a chance to put a run on the board, which is a really critical part of this game. You get one back, maybe you get two back, but you have to do something offensively to help the momentum to stay on your side at this part of the game and not let it get too far away from you. So grind at bats, have an approach, stay within it, and let the game come to you, and somewhat let it come to you.
Yeah, some type of answer here Samford is working on. J.J. Edwards making every bit of use of it, and this is executed well. How many times today have we seen it? A well-executed sacrifice bunt.
And here's from a guy that's hit 2 homers in Hare. So we talked about that earlier. It didn't matter where you are in a lineup, who you are in the offense production. If the coach asks you to do something, these guys seem to be all in, and they sacrifice themselves to get 2 runners in scoring position. Now you got to play the infield in. That cuts down on your defense ability.
Lucas Manning capitalizes. That's at least 1 run. The trailing runner is going to be sent. No throw ahead.
Offense, execution at its finest. Look at this right here. Again, infield in. The pitch was actually down. He went down and got it. But now you had, because of the bunt, you had 2 runners in scoring position, and now a ball that finds the green grass, and now you got 2 in, and again, another runner at first, and it's just a relentless offense.
When you hear the term manufacturing runs, that is exactly how it transpires. On Championship Sunday for Manly as well, and Wofford for all the things they do with bunting and sacrificing. Also using the big fly in this 2024 tournament. And now beginning to separate themselves as much as any point in the tournament this week.
Here again, look at this swing. That's what has impressed me all afternoon. Not only hitting the ball in the seats, but getting that pitch and then doing damage, whether it's hitting a double, hitting a homer, laying it down, whatever's been given to them, they've taken full advantage of it, and now they have 12 runs on the board.
12 runs on 11 hits for the Terriers. The SoCon is one of those, whoever the champion is, you don't want to see that name pop up at your location.
Especially, we've already hit on this in today's game, when you're bringing a team as a Wofford or a Samford, that you have some veteran presence to you, where you have the ability to put up a lot of offense. You're that team. You don't want to see a team come in that has the ability to do that.
Whatever's going to be thrown at them around the country.
I would definitely agree, and that's all you're asking from a team in both of these teams' situation is just get me in, and we'll do what we can to continue the ride.
To be for Camden Wicker at this point.
And what I like about what he's done today is it looks like he has stayed into his strength. He's filled up the strike zone. He's made some big pitches. He pitched around a couple of errors early, which is tough to do, especially for anybody, especially a freshman. He maintained his poise. He picked up a teammate. And now you look up, he's got your team into the 5th inning. And if you would have looked at it and said, hey, he's going to give me 15 outs going into this game, you would have signed up for that in a heartbeat. And he's done that. If he gets through this inning, he would have gotten 15 outs, that is a strong performance.
Well, he's getting ready to work back through the top of this Samford order. If there's going to be a response and a reaction from Samford, at least against Wicker, you'd think it has to come right here, right now.
And we kind of talked about that earlier in the telecast about the 1st, the 6th, and the 9th. Well, this may be more like the 6th in the 5th, because he's facing these guys for the 3rd time possibly. And this is a critical inning for him, and if he goes through this one with a 1-2-3 or a quick inning, you might feel good about what he's done for you on the day.
But it has to start right there, Coach.
And you talked about it earlier about a team taking on the identity of their head coach. It's the same thing with Sanford, Coach David, and what his staff has done with this team and getting them to this point. That's no small accomplishment, and they're going to grind until the end. I'm sure about that.
Bouncer, that's going to be off of the glove. With everything they have battled through across the course of the season to get here, these are two teams you'd love to see both playing next weekend.
And I think that's one of the things that gets lost in this time of the year, or as you go on into regionals and super regionals, even to Omaha. At the end of the day, or at the end of the year, there's only one team going to hoist the trophy. And
one left standing.
One left standing. Regardless of how it all plays out, there's one team going to hoist that trophy. And so there's going to be 297 teams that go home without have that feeling of that one team feels.
Think about it. Roughly 300 teams in college baseball now. Just an amazing and memorable run by Wofford.
I watched as the game ended, and I watched both coaching staffs go out and shake hands as you always do in college baseball, and just watching the admiration and respect for both teams. And that's fun to watch, but it's baseball. Get on the field, compete, lay it all on the line, and kudos to Wofford. What a great job of battling, as you talked about, through the season, getting to this point, what it took to finish the job today, and they're going to be a great force as they go forward in this postseason play, and it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch a team that knows who they are, and their identity. They lived up to their identity, and that was an offensive-minded team. But let's not forget both of those young men that started the game, that took their team to 6th and 7th inning on the mound. That laid the foundation to let their offense work. So a great team effort, and it's fun to watch a team celebrate after hard work that well done.
The freshman battery, the seniors doing their part as the leaders, and the celebration ensues. It is 2007 all over again for the Wofford Terriers, who are your 2024 Southern Conference champions.